Welcome to FRI, Braun booth 1331. I'm here with Chief Chad Matheny from Peachtree City. Chad, first off, I'd like to thank you, Chief O'Connor, for letting us use your rig. You just got in-house for the show. Could you tell us a little bit about Peachtree?
Peachtree City, we are located about 20 miles south of Atlanta. We are, I should say 20 minutes south of Atlanta, that's 20 miles, but we run about 4,200 calls a year, mostly EMS. We are a combination department. We run both fire and EMS. We have 5 ambulances, we have 5 stations. So this is our second Braun ambulance that we've purchased. We have another one in order right now. We have a 6th ambulance that we're at. We're in the process right now of designing and building a 6th station. We're looking at opening up, so we're going to be up to 6 stations in about a year. We'll be with the band out here.
All right, let's go ahead and move on down to your ambulance. So right here, what we have is Peachtree's ambulance is a Chief XL on a Ford F450. It's a 169-inch module. They have LiquidSpring suspension. So we're going to start talking about why they did the layouts that they did on their rigs. So when you look in the front cab here, you'll notice the Vista layout with their radios and all their controls. And then you have your LiquidSpring controls right there. All right, so this is outside compartment number 1. If you'll notice, they've got the Zyco bracket back there for their oxygen. Adjustable shelf up top. They have rear marker lights, so when they're sitting on the highway and the door's open, they can see the door being open.
Safety chevrons.
And then they have your safety chevrons down here on the stainless steel plate. Now, OSS number 2 in the fire service is usually a storage compartment for a lot of gear. Chief, could you tell us a little bit about what you put in this compartment?
Like we were saying earlier, we are a combination department, so we also run fire and EMS. We have mounts for a Halligan bar and an axe in here. We also carry bolt cutters along with 2 SCBAs and the cruise gear. We have the hooks on the back wall where they can hang their coat and helmet.
So what's this one specifically for right here, Chief?
That is where we put our bolt cutter. That's where the handle's in, and the little thing in the middle there, that's just kind of separated.
Safety pin set up? Okay. All right, then you also notice right over here, we've shielded their inverter. And then they have their pump for their suction right over here also shielded. Then if you notice, they also went with the stainless steel death fill and fuel fill. In case there's a splash, they don't get on their paint. So this is outside compartment number 3. What all do you store back in this?
In this compartment, we carry our water cooler, our oxygen cylinder, spare oxygen cylinder. We also have our linens on these shelves here, along with a Lucas device as well.
Okay. And once again, you'll notice they have the LED strip lights, dual vent. And one thing you notice too, underneath the rig, they also have ground lights.
Let's talk about M-Series lights.
So, what's the reason you went with the M-Series lights?
Just for visibility and the brightest lights. Crew safety is the most important thing to us. So we designed a lot of things with that in mind, from the spring system to drop down to the lift system on the stretcher. So all about trying to save a back or the safety of our crews and what's best for the patient, smoothest rides.
Awesome. And you'll notice they also have their backup camera located up there. All right, now we're going to swing over here to outside compartment number 4. What do we keep in this compartment, Chief?
We keep our backboards, our scoop stretcher, another mount for oxygen cylinder. We also keep our seat collars and head blocks for immobilization devices in this compartment.
And this is actually a little bit wider than our standard compartment, correct? You had this modified?
I believe so, yes.
So here we also have the Braun Easy Glide door. And it's just that, an Easy Glide door.
Otherwise, I'm going to be carrying around.
Up here, we got OSS number 5. What do you keep down in these compartments?
Some of our electronics, that's why we added the extra outlets in here. We'll keep our laptop, our portable suction, and then we will also, we carry nitrous oxide, we carry it in a Pelican case, and we also store it down in Florida, being down here.
Awesome. And you also notice that we've got this vented for the refrigerator that we're going to see when we go inside. I noticed, Chief, in the back end here, 90% of the module is multi-spec, but behind you, we have a huge dry erase board.
Right.
What do you guys, so is that where you guys keep your stats and stuff?
Well, yes, we will keep the patient's vital signs, especially if we have more than one patient, you can write them down, patient 1, patient 2, kind of keep it separated, quick, easy. Also, when the crews are doing inventory in the morning, a lot of times they'll make notes of supplies they need to get, and just kind of as a reminder, someplace to jot it down, so they don't have to worry about losing a sheet of paper or
It's a great big sticky.
Yep.
All right, and I see back here, we also have the patient camera for monitoring. Now that's non-recording, correct?
Correct.
Awesome. And I see that you've gone with the overhead compartments with the squeeze latches and gas shocks. Now, can you tell us about what you maintain up here in this top floor with the Compex?
This is the Compex E-Lock that we keep our drugs in here, and I probably can get it to open. It's RFID, so when you open it up, we keep our drug box in there with all our narcotics and everything. And the nice thing is about the E-Lock is temperature controlled. You have a probe here. We can log onto a computer remotely, and you can tell us if the mermaid cooler is keeping the right temperature for it. Also, it tracks who's been in and out of this lock. So if we have any issues with the drugs, we can always go back and take a look and see who the last person was that accessed it.
All right. So what are you guys storing in that drawer right there usually?
This is our IV supplies. We normally keep our IV fluids in this drawer, along with a IV box with our needles and everything, syringes.
Okay. All right. And then I know, and so then there's inside-outside access that we saw a little bit earlier with their step well lights, so you can see coming in. Now up here in the pass-through, I see you put a Meganite counter in there. Right. What do you guys use that for?
Usually that's just reference material. We just sit there, map books and such as that.
Okay. All right. And I see that you use the Pro Air system there.
Right.
How you liking that so far?
Well, in Georgia, it's very important. Air conditioning is very important. So it is freezing guys out of here. They said that they were out here when we first got it. One of the first things I heard was, "It's too cold in that truck." So that's a good thing.
That's right.
That's a good thing.
And I see you also have your restocking cabinets over here.
Right.
Okay. What all type of stuff you keep going up in there?
This is our airway cabinet. Usually we keep all our oxygen supplies and our intubation supplies in here. This right here where the paramedic will typically be operating, and it's for quick access.
Okay. Awesome. And then you went ahead and mounted your radio right there, I see. You got your intercom system.
Right.
You do your portable suction right there? Or what type of suction are you using? Escort?
Yes.
Okay. What monitor are you putting in here?
We are putting in a Physio, I guess now it's Stryker. Stryker owns everything. LifePack 15.
Okay.
There's a little plug for them, I guess.
All right. Now, I also noticed that you went with a larger CPR seat.
Right.
That help out with your guys quite a bit?
Yes, and we also went with the 4-point restraints on all of our seats to make sure our guys are here again safety.
All right.
In the back of the ambulance.
So what do they think about the Valor seats? Are they liking them?
They do like them. We had them in our last unit that we bought, and as well as this one, and as well as the next one. So
wonderful. And then we also have another restocking cabinet here for Chief. Well, what do you guys maintain back in this?
Mostly this is where we keep our bandages and supplies for trauma.
Okay. You'll notice these are also adjustable shelves, both in this cabinet and the forward cabinet for the airway equipment. What are you maintaining down here in this little slide?
Well, on our Medicaid 5 that we have, the other Braun, we have been putting some linen down there. On this one, it's also maybe some quick IV kit or just vital sign supplies to do a quick check.
All right. Now, I noticed you beefed up your IV hangers here. You got 4 in the back total. And you also went with double grab rails with the yellow antimicrobial. Any reason for that?
Just visibility so you can see them. And like I said here again, if we had a sudden stop or something you want to reach and grab out of instinct,
right?
That yellow's going to show up a lot quicker. And easy to clean as well.
Right. So how are you guys liking this side angle lighting?
Love them. It makes starting IVs are a lot easier. You get plenty of light to see. It's been a very good unit for us.
Absolutely. And I see you also have the Stryker power load in here.
Yes, we do.
Now you have that in all your vehicles now, correct?
Correct.
Helping the guys out quite a bit.
Right. Here again, we tried to think about the ergonomics of it and trying to save their backs from having to lift the patients. And if it saves one workman's comp complaint, then it's paid for. So
now I also noticed you have your straps here. Is this for your
Sharps containers?
Sharps containers.
Yep.
Yeah, and Chief, I'd just like to tell you thank you so much for your time today. Thank you for your business with Peachtree. 10-8, thank you very much also. And all the interaction you guys have with Braun, we thank you so much. It's been a great relationship.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.